What's up guys, it's Josh here, and today we're going to be having a chat about some of the things that I think men should never ever do. If that sounds like a bit of deja vu, it's because it probably is. A couple of months ago, I made a video discussing 5 things that I think guys should never do, and if you missed that video, I will link it over here, I believe, or over here. I can never really remember where. But this is a part 2 to that video because I've just had a couple more thoughts that I thought would be worth sharing with you guys. But before we kick into this video, we've got something to take care of because in my last video, one of my friends pointed out in the comments below that this plant, it looks a little dead. So let's just get this out of the way. There we go. Let's get into the video. If you guys happen to be new to this channel, like I said earlier, my name is Josh and this is my channel. I make videos on lifestyle, menswear, and everything in between just to try and help make you a better you. We specialize in confidence and we are gonna get you guys feeling better after every single video that you've watched. If that sounds good, make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe, and push that bell notifications icon so that you know when I make a new video. As well, if you think you're getting any sort of value out of this video, make sure you check me out at this brand new link I've got here. As you can see, it's called buymeacoffee.com/Joshua Clark. Here is where you can, well, buy me a coffee. This is a really easy way to support my channel, and as you can see, I left the donations at $3. It's just a simple coffee, no fancy Starbucks shit, just simple Tim Hortons. It'll do just fine. Thank you so much, I appreciate all the help. Further to that, with every coffee you buy me, I'm gonna be donating 10% of it to Soccer Without Borders. It's a charity that I believe heavily in because soccer's given me a lot in my life. It's taught me a lot of things, and I think this foundation does an amazing job at making soccer and education more accessible to people from all over the world. So if that sounds good to you, I will leave a link down in the description below, and let's kick into the video. The first thing that I think guys should never, ever, ever do is sit down. What? The hell kind of bullshit advice is that, Josh? Don't sit down? Oh, no, hear me out. That's not exactly what I mean. Essentially what I'm saying is that if you're occupying a seat while other people are standing up that could maybe use it just a little bit more than you, whether that be an elderly person, a pregnant lady, a young child, just offer up that seat to them. It's not that big a deal. It doesn't have to be this giant production. It's just being polite. Oh, sorry, you're watching a video? Oh, I just had to reply to that super urgent email and, check my Facebook and my Instagram and, I'm a popular guy. Like, what can I say? Oh, just hang on, hold that thought. Get that shit out of here. God, this is probably one of my biggest pet peeves that not just guys do, but everybody. If you are in the company of other people, put your goddamn phone away. Communicate, converse, and experience life with the people around you. You don't need to be on your phone 24/7.
If we're not careful, these new telephones could spell the end of civilized discourse forever. Everybody, come on, phones off tables, please. Thank you.
It's so freaking annoying. Put your phone on silent, leave it in the car, leave it in your pocket. Seriously, take that shit away. It is just so annoying for the people around you to be always on your phone because you are not paying attention, and you know you're not paying attention, and they know you're not paying attention because you're responding everything with yeah, okay, Trust me, I used to be bad at this when I was like 14 years old, but ever since then, I have made a conscious effort to keep my phone away when I'm with company. So if you want to get a hold of me and I'm with somebody, too bad. The next thing that I don't think men should really ever do is feel like they are invincible. What I mean by this is doing ridiculous things that would probably kill you, like driving way too freaking fast, or even things like fighting. These things do not make you look tough, cool, or any of the above. It's not manly to get in a fight. It's not manly to crash your car into a pole. Just don't do these things. Guys, we're all human. We do not need to feel like we are invincible. I know that's more of a younger guy problem, but there are still some older guys out there that just, for whatever reason, think it's part of their masculinity that they need to prove to everybody at every opportunity. Don't do it, leave that shit out of there. Next up, don't gossip. Pretty self-explanatory, just don't do it. Yeah, you know that Josh guy? Yeah, well, I mean, he kind of just annoys the shit out of me. Like, I can't stand him. Not only does his breath smell bad, but just his presence in general just makes me want to, you know, jump in front of traffic and get run over by, like, a bus. A big bus. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you look good, and it probably just makes other people talk shit about you behind your back. It's just not a good practice, and there are enough people out there that gossip. You don't need to be one of them. It's pretty simple. Don't say stupid shit about people behind their back. Say it to their face if you have a problem with them. Or say nothing at all, because guess what? Life goes on and you don't want to burn your bridges, and that is the next thing that we're going to discuss. Don't burn unnecessary bridges. If somebody is toxic in your life, sure, burn that bridge all you want. But if they're just regular people, if say it's your boss, say it's a family member, say it's a friend, say it's even just a casual acquaintance, don't burn these bridges because you never know when you're gonna need them in the future. Or they may be able to help you out. You may be able to help them out. You might become best friends years later. You don't know. But the point is, if you burn these bridges prematurely, you're never gonna be able to go back to them. Think about all the times when you were, say, needing a reference for something, and now you're saying, oh shit, I guess I don't have any friends that'll vouch for me because I pissed them all off, or I don't have any landlords because I was a dick to all of them and I wouldn't clean my place, or I set it on fire, or one of a million other things. Just be good to everybody and it will come back around and it'll help you out in the future. Next up, this one should be self-explanatory, but for whatever reason it's not. Don't break promises. I covered this a little bit in my video on how to feel better and more attractive, and I'll link to that over here, but just simply be honest with people. If you're gonna promise something and you can't live up to it, you probably shouldn't have promised it. Just be realistic with your expectations and managing other people's expectations of you, and they will think about you in a much better way. Kind of tied in with promises, don't cheat. Don't cheat on your scorecard on golf, don't cheat on your taxes, and don't cheat on your wife. These things are just bound to catch up with you, and it's gonna lead to further problems down the road. It's a terrible idea. Honesty is the best policy. You want to have a good character. You want people to think of you as a good, honest human being, and as soon as you cheat on somebody, you've lost that trust. Most oftentimes, you've lost that trust permanently. Even if you think you might have had a chance to rebuild it up after some time, that thought is still in the back of those people's mind. So be honest and don't cheat on anything. Don't cheat in soccer, don't cheat on freaking anything. Honesty is the best policy. I cannot say it enough. It's a pretty simple concept. The next thing that guys shouldn't do is under-tipping servers. It is just a really, really greasy thing to do. I don't care how bad your food is, don't under-tip them for that. If they've got really terrible service, maybe you can talk to the manager about it later, but don't leave a really shitty tip. It'll just ruin their night and you don't want to be known as that person that is a terrible tipper. Why? Because from that point on, you are probably forever gonna get pretty garbage service, because why would they want to treat somebody well that was an asshole to them? Be good and people will be good back to you. Obviously, if you're in a country that doesn't tip people at all, this advice is pretty much useless. But for those of us who do live somewhere where it's customary to tip people, don't be a jerk. Tip nicely. You don't have to tip phenomenally, but just don't be a jerk. The next thing that guys should never do is follow the crowd. Be your own person. You don't need to be following all of the crazy trends because A, you're not gonna stick out whatsoever, and B, it's just gonna make you look like a sheep.
What do you want? When do you want it? How do you want it? Who's your daddy?
You do not want to be caught trying to keep up with the Joneses every single day. You don't want to be caught looking like everybody else, doing the same thing as everybody else. Don't get caught up in that bullshit. Be yourself and embrace it. Work on yourself, maybe take inspiration from other people, but then take it and make it your own. Because at the end of the day, we are all individuals and that's what we should be celebrating. How everybody is different is actually the best way to bring people together. Not everyone being exactly the same and just being a cookie cutter of everyone else. We don't need more of those in our life, trust me. The last thing that I wanted to cover is don't settle for less. This is not just something that guys should do, this is something that everybody should do. Nobody should be settling for less, whether that be in a relationship, in a friendship, in work, other goals, hobbies, anything that you're working towards. Don't settle for just good enough, because then you're never going to improve and you're never going to continue to grow. The moment you think you've got everything you need, life stagnates. Now, it's not saying that you shouldn't be grateful for what you have, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with always trying to better things. You can always improve a relationship. You can always get better at work. You can always get better at sports. Whatever the heck you want to do, strive to improve, because that is how we grow as people. And that just about sums up our video. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comment section below. If you think there's more things that I missed, let me know down in the comment section below. If you want to get in touch with me and you want to become even closer friends, make sure you follow me on Instagram at @TheFabulousJosh. Not only am I posting more outfits, motivation, and inspiration on there, you can DM me and I will respond back almost immediately, unless I'm with people, because I listened earlier in this video. I'm not going to be having my phone during that dinner table conversation. No way in hell. Take care, guys. Have yourselves an amazing rest of your day, and remember, you are phenomenal.